here we are once again. Welcome back to the Be Warned and Be Filled podcast. We got my guys, the gang, my brethren, Ace, Wes,
Yo.
and Ghost.
Good.
What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? How we all doing? How we all feeling?
Chilling.
Just relaxing for me because this week wasn't the best, so it's
Jeez.
nice to not do nothing outside of this, of course. Do nothing stressful, I should
I was
say.
about to say you're definitely doing something. Let's get our game. Let's get our game faces on. But dang, anything we want? Anything I get off your heart, your chest? Everything good?
I mean, personally, yeah, it's just work. Work is work. And I just been feeling out of it besides that.
Damn.
And some stuff outside of that, but I mean, it's not anything super significant, but health issues in the family, so
Damn.
not great, but could be worse.
Well, I mean, definitely on that front, we're always sending prayers and our spirit energy. Absolutely. But also, I still have to keep it a whole buck. I still need you to come to the front of the congregation for something. And it's not really a come in front of the congregation. It's just something light. And plus, I think that's copyrighted. What is the judge? What do judges say when you like gotta come and testify, approach the bench or something like that? We'll come up with something for the segment. Anyway, any case, yeah, Ghost. Last week I was I don't know if this was on mic or off. I was specifying some of my not grievances, but things I was going through, and I feel like I got hit with the wave of that your old man talk and all that jazz. But just in less than however many hours in 1 week, I completely reversed all that. By the way, like I'm back to my every day. I get up at 9:30. I don't get hit with that afternoon crash. I'm aggy in the morning again. So I don't know what's good. What happened?
I don't know. I mean, okay, I'll do a little of a walk back. You're not a full old man yet, because unlike some people here, you're not pushing 30 yet. But I mean, you're still second youngest, so you can claim being a little bit of young boy for now.
I don't want to be a young boy. Now I'm more focused on how does touching 30 make you old?
Because you're just old.
That's crazy. That's wild to me.
There's about more gotta be said. I mean, sure, when I'm 30, whatever, am I gonna think 30 is old? No. But I'm gonna say 40 is old, but right now I'm 24.
So the young guys just determine what's old and what's young. That's what you basically just
Exactly. Exactly.
Bet.
Exactly right.
Bet. I can't even begin to argue with that, so I'm not gonna. Okay. Well, so I like learning the rules, so I'm not mad at that. But all right, I'm not mad at that. Unless there's anything else that y'all got, let's jump into the topics. Beautiful. All right, so for this first joint, I don't even know how to intro this. Our the good brother Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson, and even more so, before I get to the topic, another segment or title we got to come up with is, here on the Be Warned and Be Filled podcast, we seem to have a recurring theme of there's a couple brothers, in the world of entertainment, sports, and so on and so forth that kind of come up time and time again, and we don't necessarily talk about these guys. They're just, the Tory Laneses, the what's the brother's name? Adrian Broner. I it's very interesting. And I forgot what the last time we were talking about Chad Johnson, but he's back. So this was an interesting post that he shared. You got to start that off. He shared, and I'll even give the caption he said. He shared a text message between himself and his daughter. Oh, we're talking about the eugenic conversation. Man, that was a good topic. Anyway, Chad Johnson has several daughters.
Ocho Cinco.
Fair enough. Anyway, so he posted and he said, "Parenting 101. Kids don't understand the sacrifices it takes." And the emoji where he's cursing. He's mad. So I'm probably give the too long didn't read of what second messenger say. But basically his daughter hit him up. You know, he's like, "What do you need? What's up?" And then she basically says, "I need, some money or something to that effect so I can get those Yeezys that they have." First of all, even before I go further, as a pseudo sneakerhead myself, I would be kind of happy if my child wants some Yeezys. But don't listen to that. Anyway, so he responded, "You said you were getting a job. I worked at McDonald's by some location, and and he did that all throughout, and he used that McDonald's money to get what he wanted in high school." And then they responded with, "When I finish with school, I'll get a job, and how am I supposed to get a job and keep track practice and still maintain?" And he responded with, this is the last message in the text message. "I caught the bus to school, then went to football practice, caught the bus to McDonald's for a 6-hour shift, all while maintaining a 2.2 GPA and being a star athlete." Now, there's a whole lot to unpack here, but obviously we don't want to focus too much on the actual messaging, this exchange, even though I think we're both eyeing a particular grade point average aspect of this. But anyway, the question I gained from this, looking at this, is expectations, and specifically expectations that we that children should have of their parents. And I like this because I feel like we had a similar conversation before, once upon a time. I think it was of the degree of like, what was it again? Do y'all remember? It was like the expectations.
I think it was related to taking care of them. Oh, I have it backwards. I know we talked about children taking care of their parents when they're older and elderly.
Yeah. Once you,
I don't know if that was what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Once you grow up, what responsibilities do you have to our parents as far as what we owe them? And this is kind of from the opposite. What expectations do we have of our parents? And obviously, this is not this dynamic may not be relatable. We don't have a former famous and wealthy football parent as a parent, but I think you can scale it down. So yeah, and you can even still think about it in terms of, if our parents were wealthy, would we expect them to give us whatever, to get us anything and everything we want? What do y'all make of this?
I don't know, man. We got disciplined when we were children.
You think his daughter never got disciplined?
I don't know. The girls do seem to have it a bit easier when it comes to the disciplining thing.
And you think this is straight up? You think this is straight up a matter of discipline?
I wouldn't have said this foolishness.
They want a pair of Yeezys. They want a pair of shoes. They don't even leave the Yeezys out of it. They want a pair of shoes. A high school person wants a pair of shoes.
Yeah, come on. That's
so you're rocking with Ocho Cinco? She should just thug it out?
Yeah, get a job.
even though she's trying to focus on school and in Trek and perform better than a 2.2.
Get a job, ma'am.
The B1 to be filled already. First topic. Y'all all feel the sentiment?
I'm just trying to think back to what I asked for as a kid. And I want to say probably was not asked for by brand. I mean, I guess the
exception.
The level
No, it's certainly not the rule.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
I'll also say, like, I mean, I had a pair of lugs. A couple pair of lugs.
Bro, we don't. Nobody needs to hear that. You could have kept that one. You could have kept that one.
It was out of yourself.
So, I mean, it is what it is. I think you need to humble down. You don't got no job. You don't got no.
This is a high school child.
Yeah.
Y'all, first of all, y'all didn't have any jobs in high school.
You know, Pop's
very good point.
That's not 100% true, but okay.
You didn't have
a job.
Go ahead, Ghost.
A fast food type job, retail type job. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Like, let's slow the rules.
I mean, I don't see why that matters. The money is the money, but we won't go there.
How you get it definitely matters. As far as, I mean, I know y'all had jobs, but I'm
Isn't
saying
the point that she wants money. She needs money to get something.
Yeah, but I'm the difference.
Either way,
the type of job that he had.
Either way. I feel like the parents should be. I mean, the parents have a responsibility to provide a certain amount, and I mean, if she didn't have shoes at all, then of course he should be providing.
So children can't. So children can't want nice things. That's what y'all saying.
Children can want nice things.
They can want exactly.
So they can't ask for nice things.
They can ask all they want. They're just gonna get a reply like this.
So y'all would respond to y'all. Wow. So if y'all had it, if y'all could provide your children Yeezys, y'all and they ask for it, y'all giving them the we get it.
No, hold on. That's not the point that I was trying to make. The point I'm trying to make
I'm just asking a question now.
Is in terms of the expectation. Because y'all energy. Is in terms of the expectations. It's not saying that I would never buy my kid a pair of Yeezys. I might buy them as a gift. But the way that she's coming off and he's coming off, it makes it seem like she's a little bit too strong with it in terms of she thinks that she is somewhat entitled to it when he thinks, well, you need to get a job. I already told you. He said you were going to get a job. So if he's trying to teach this lesson to her,
and then she responded with something that makes all the sense in the world.
He said that she said she was going to get a job,
and then she responded with something that makes all the sense in the world. If we're going to just keep repeating stuff,
hold on. But if they already talked about it and she said yes, I'll get a job, and now she's saying this, it's a new discussion. So my point is, she's coming to him after he discussed this thing with her, and presenting new.
By the way, we don't know the fine details of it. That's why I'm not necessarily trying to focus on. We don't know if verbatim they said I'm going to get a job while I'm going to school and while I'm doing track. We don't know that.
Which is why I'm just going on what he said and what was said in the text.
She could have said that. She could have said that, and they could have said that in passing.
All right, we can abstract this.
Or we could not focus on this and address what I'm currently saying. Is this good parent? Is this good parenting? This is.
How am I supposed to address whether it's good parenting if we're not focusing on what the dynamic of the situation was?
Because I'm taking it outside the dynamic and asking, if your child comes to you and they want something nice and you got it, what's the problem?
I can't answer that. There's not enough context. If it's, am I ever going to get my child something nice? Yes. If it's,
Well, you always.
Yeah, will I always? If every time they ask me for something nice, am I gonna get it from them? Probably not. So it kind of depends. So, I don't know if that's a cop-out answer, but that's my answer.
I mean, if you asking me, I feel like everything else is cop-out, but it makes sense. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't feel like... Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say, I'll ask you. Will you get your child something nice every time they ask for it?
No, obviously not.
Okay.
But if they come back with, I'm in school and I'm doing sports and I'm trying to really succeed in these things, the conversation kind of gets like, okay, I got you.
Really?
They got him. I mean,
You're
or they got
concede
you.
Like that?
It's
yeah,
not
enough for
how
me.
is it a concede?
That's not enough for me. I mean,
it's a. By the way, this is
you
why,
didn't know. You didn't know that they were going to school and doing track.
They come with good. Come on, it's not that simple. If they come with good enough logic and they make sense in what they're saying, then the concession makes sense. It's not a matter of
hold up.
No.
Just because they said all that stuff, now suddenly you got to get the Yeezys? I'm not
exactly.
going to go that far.
God.
By the way,
that's wild.
This is the assumption.
First of all,
that they are doing well. They're not just going to school. They're putting forth a lot of effort in school. They're like, it's not just they're going to school. And then maybe because y'all have never been in sports, but being in sports completely changes the dynamic of school, by the way.
Okay, so now we're bringing it into the particulars of the situation. Regardless.
I'm saying if they come back with a response that makes sense.
Hold up. Regardless of that, them saying that good and well, that doesn't mean now suddenly I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta get you the Yeezys now. That means... Oh, okay. I see what you said. Crazy. It means I see what you said.
Y'all sound crazy.
It means I see what you said, and he decided to go the I struggle too route, which, it is what it is. A lot of adults do that. I'll
sound like that's y'all ready to pull that card.
But hold up. It means let me think about it at the most. No, it doesn't mean I'm just being like. You got me there.
It's not you got me.
Okay.
Okay. I hear
you said that you would say, I hear what you're saying, and I'm going to think about it. But someone could say, okay, I hear what you're saying, and I've decided now, I thought about it now, and I'm going to get you the thing. It's not a matter of folding or, you got me there. It's obviously something that you're aware of, but it's something that maybe wasn't voiced before in a certain way, so you pause to consider.
Exactly. It's not a hostage negotiation. It's not a hostage negotiation. It's Yeezys, by the way. Maybe
it's not a negotiation.
it's not gonna break the bank, or maybe it will. I said if y'all got it, but maybe y'all don't. Y'all can't even fathom having it. But regardless.
No, I mean it's not about the Yeezys at all. Like it's the situation. Like I said, it would just be like, yeah, let me think about it a little. Maybe I'll get them for the person as a gift. Maybe I'll give it another time, but not this time.
Is that the only time your child can get them a gift?
I didn't say that. I already said if the person, they should be getting a baseline. They should be getting clothed and fed and all that. They should be taken care of.
We're not talking about the essentials. We're talking about things that obviously are a bit more than the essentials.
Exactly. Perfect for a gift. What?
I guess. I don't know. I'm surprised.
I'll just say my.
Also, if everything is all things being good and well, and everything's smooth, everything's great. Then, and they say, hey, I'm looking at these. Then I'll probably be like, you know what? Sure, we can go over and grab the thing. But that's not how this conversation seemed to be. It seemed like there was an underlying previous discussion and such. So that's what I'm saying. It don't seem like it was that situation.
Go ahead, Go ahead, go.
All right, so I'll say to a small extent, I agree with you, Wes, and I guess Ace, in that sure, I'm not gonna give my child everything that they want, and maybe in this case she did come off silly. It came off as a kind of like a obligatory thing rather than a gift type thing asking. But on the thread of like the getting a job and all that, to me, like if I'm in Ocho Cinco's position, I got it for myself and my 3 generations after me. I don't. That's not gonna be something that I'm gonna force my kids to get a job at McDonald's or Walmart or something. Because I'll say I had a job when I was at the end of high school and through college. A couple of them that were in that vein of retail and service.
Yep.
And there's nothing that you gain doing that job outside of learning. I mean, I already knew how, but I guess getting a reaffirmation of learning how to do difficult things or things that you don't like, I should say, not necessarily difficult, but on end for hours and putting up with it, because that's, for most people, that's what life is. And
yes, essentially
if I feel
and a paycheck.
Yeah, you get some real world experience.
Yeah, and I mean to a small extent, but again, I didn't learn much of anything at Walmart. I'll say that. But if I feel that my child, like if they're doing stuff around the house and they're on it with school and all that, and they're also in this case an athlete and they got a lot of extracurriculars going on, I'm not necessarily gonna say you should get a job and have to buy yourself anything extra that's outside of the essentials as far as like you want Yeezys. I mean, that's definitely not like a typical we're just going to the store and this is something you get in every year. It's more of a splurge thing, but I'm not going to force them to get a job just so they can buy whatever they want extra for themselves, because again, it's kind of a waste if you already got it and you're just wasting hours for the very little you do get out of the job, which we already talked about. So it is kind of a case by case, but
I do want to mention too here that it wasn't even a question like, can I get the Yeezys or I've been looking at these Yeezys, I'm wondering if you might be able to. No, it's let me know when you're going so I can come with you and get the Yeezys.
Okay. True. I mean, yeah, I did mention that it was a little bit of a obligatory thing, but I mean, she's a child. She's a high school student.
Exactly. I mean, yes and no. I mean, you're gonna say she's a child. You could treat her as a child, or I mean, what is this?
Yeah, and as a child, if they want something, and it's not breaking the. I mean, obviously, breaking the base not a question.
Imagine me going to dad and saying, in high school, let me know when you're going to Walmart because I want to get an Xbox. I want you to get me this Xbox. It's not gonna. Never. Like, never.
All right, so this kind of gets to the shits. This is largely based off our personal experiences. Which is fine.
Exactly. It'd be more equivalent to asking for a candy. No, it's more equivalent to asking for a candy bar because Ocho Cinco got millions. Okay, millions upon millions.
That's
first of all, Yeezys are nothing compared to in your case where you can't just go for say an Xbox because it wouldn't be equivalent cost-wise. It'd be much more significant if you don't got the millions that Ocho Cinco got. Like you can't just do a one.
You're still like, even though the cost scale, I see what you're saying. Like it's not the same. It's still just because he has millions and can get the Yeezys doesn't mean it's an automatic thing. Like that still doesn't. negate the fact that you just don't.
Y'all say yes.
You don't.
I'm not saying it's an automatic thing.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. No matter what, you don't just tell your parent that they're gonna be getting you something.
Let's slow down because again, this is very, very personal. We don't know different parents have different relationship with their kids, and the dialogue.
We see the dynamic by the text.
So in 3 texts, you got the whole dynamic down pat.
I mean, we see first of all, we see that he obviously felt a way about her coming to him and asking him this thing, in this way. So,
and again, while we're not saying his parent style is wrong, we can just look at it and say that's a little nuts. That's like weird.
It's not. I don't think it's nuts at all. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all are saying that based. Let's just keep reiterating.
Of course, I can only speak based on my experiences.
Yeah,
that's not necessarily true. I have a similar experience with y'all. I wouldn't say that to my mother, but at the same time, when I have kids, they don't always have to act how I acted. They don't have to be, Mom, may I do this at this specific time? The dynamic might be different. It's not that crazy.
Yes, I'm not saying that just because this is how I grew up, this is the way the world operates automatically. But that particular aspect of my childhood, I agree with. Therefore, I don't think what he's saying is incorrect. That's what I mean by my experience. Like, I went through the experience. I decided that part of it was good. So him doing a similar thing, now I'm not going to say it's the same, but a similar thing is not outside the realm of logical or, it's not crazy to me. It's not.
Yeah. Also, I think we gotta. I mean, I don't think we have to, but I mean, for me, it makes sense to give him some credit in that he has the relationship with his daughter.
You're gonna give that 2.0 credit?
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, we can't just skip over that.
No, that's hilarious. That's what makes the whole thing. But besides that, I in terms of. I don't know his daughter, obviously. He knows his daughter. I'm gonna say, like, again, and not to get into the weeds or whatever, but it says, when he says, you said you were getting a job, it sounds to me like there was a conversation had before. He knows, he seems like he's trying to teach her a lesson, obviously. And I think that fact alone just says, that's how he's taking this thing. So, and I'm good with that in terms of, okay, we look at like rich people, and there's the idea of the what do you call it? Like not like a rich spoiled brat type of kid.
Mm-hmm.
And people always talk about, or I've had conversations and people talk about how this kid was handed everything because his parents were so and so. And that's why they got a terrible attitude and they think the world owes them everything. And obviously nobody wants to raise their kid that way. And I think part of what a lot of people talk about is raising them so that they know the value of $1, letting them have these life experiences that are more normal so that they're not, living on another planet and selfish and such and such.
Now you grabbing my attention. Now you making sense.
Yeah. So I think in terms of, trying to address an entitlement that could grow in a child of a person, it makes sense to take precautions and at least, even if he ultimately does buy the Yeezys, at least let her know, okay, I think it's important to know the value of $1. I think it's important to be able to work hard and to manage multiple things. Like, I understand you're going through this, that, and the other thing. But also, people have had to struggle, and the struggle is something that you shouldn't be. The idea of it shouldn't be foreign to you because you never know what'll happen.
Right.
And to have that balance. So, I think all of that ties into how you raise a kid, regardless of how much money you have or don't have. And I think that's what I saw. Part of what I saw in this exchange.
Okay.
But yeah, the 2.2 GPA is hilarious.
No, that.
I don't know why he put that in there.
Cause let me know. I was gonna insult the man, but no, cause you're right. You're absolutely positive. I think that baseline breakdown is something that we can all agree with. Cause yeah, like you said, no matter how good you got it, or even more so, the more you got it, the question of like how do you teach humbleness to your kid becomes the question. So yeah, I'm wrong with that. And yeah, I guess I would just add, and you kind of said it. I think you can do both. I think you can give your children the world, and well, actually, I don't know. Let me stop because I don't know. I think that's the question that
you have to discipline your kids.
We gotta have a conversation about discipline because you keep saying that, and discipline only means like one to two things to me. So I don't know how that equates into them being humble, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't know who's absolutely here because even though you're right in what you said, I don't think I personally don't think that was his full. I don't think he had that front and center of mind. I think he like you said earlier, he wants to play the struggle card. I had to struggle. You should struggle too.
I mean, they do like the political card.
Man, I mean, don't they?
No, I think it might be like a knee-jerk reaction.
Duh, I do it too.
But I think it's born out of
with my younger siblings,
out of a better sentiment. It's like one of those things where there's a lesson, but you're not always thinking about them.
Yeah.
When you say it.
I agree. And even though that was a lot, that's definitely more of the story. I'm not repeating it. Salute to US. And I hope she gets these. I don't know. You know where my brain is going after all this conversation? My sick brain. So, like I mentioned before, the reason why we talked about Ocho Cinco before is because of the eugenic conversation. So, I don't know. I feel like if I went on that big if I went on that big speech about how I chose my baby moms, because I wanted my children to be superhuman. I'm just saying what I would do if I was in the shoes. I'd be like, baby girl, you got the genes. You got to do it all.
Oh, you need a pair of Vapor Maxes and not. Was it Vapor Max? No, Vaporfly. Was it the running shoes?
Definitely don't want Vapor Maxes. Vapor Maxes are gonna hurt your feet after a long shift.
Vaporfly, I think it is. Running shoe.
But yeah, that's again. Don't mind me. All right, what's next? Right. So, this is a post. This topic is based on a post from AJ Plus. And they posted, the New York Police Department will stop using a robot police dog after critics said it could be used to aggressively police communities of color, reports by the New York Times. The nation's most expensive police force leased it under $94K contract. It has been seen patrolling a public housing unit. So basically, or actually even before that, I feel like we might have talked about this before. This is like a topic. It plans to be a topic, like using these police dogs. I'll always have a picture up in the video, but yeah, if you haven't seen them, it's just this weird shaped, very. I haven't watched Black Mirror, but I feel like it's a Black Mirror type situation. Patrol dog looking thing, and I have seen videos of these things going around. I didn't know that they were actually factually being used, but I guess they were. And yeah, like the post said, they're gonna stop using it because it seems like out the bat, it's already showing some signs of discrimination. I don't know if that's the right word. And I don't know. I mean, the question I kind of gathered from this is just, does this make sense? Is this like a bad programming problem, or? And I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question, so don't kill me. Or is this like the natural direction of like crime prevention, in the sense that if you were to create a robot that's only objective is to stop crime, it would end up disproportionately affecting black and Hispanic people.
Yeah, first of all, I do not think that this is an autonomous robot that goes on its own will and finds where it's programmed.
Not yet.
And it was being essentially directed towards these communities. It's not like it just goes on its merry way and
that's true. That part is true. But we can't say for a fact that it was directed to go to where black people live. Can we?
I mean, apparently it said it's.
But
wait, where is it?
It says critics.
It could be used.
That's a ridiculous statement to me. I don't think that's a reason to stop using it.
Oh,
somebody just put the thing, change the programming, change where it patrols, and call it a day. That's a ridiculous statement to me. To actually stop using it because of that statement is insane.
I thought I'd only be the only one playing white robot devil advocate, but no, but slow down. That's not just a slight thing. We already know that it's a fact that black people are affected by police departments all across the world disproportionately. So if
the robot's not the problem,
if the robot's working for the police department, it's a problem or could be a problem.
But then they can just put people on the beat. Well, it's the police department.
I'm just addressing what you're saying, that them saying that it could be is not a far-fetched thing when the history is shown that it will be, no matter what form.
But the only.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
So it's like the whole thing is that this is being directed and controlled by the police department. So if, like Ace said, they could just send people on the beat, if that's what this robot, how it patrols or whatever, that's what it's called.
You know what happens when we send people on the beat? People end up getting killed.
Exactly. So maybe this is better.
I feel like I'm playing.
No.
Wes, Wes, I need you. Wes, please come in, Wes. Please. Break it down.
The point is that algorithms are designed by people, one. And those people may bake in unintended consequences that are initially thought to be innocuous. And I think, and that's why I don't have enough information on this, but there have definitely been conversations about how algorithms have negatively impacted certain populations inadvertently, just based on assumptions that are made by the programmer. And so I wish I could give a good example, but nothing's coming to mind. But there are risks in just programming something and letting it fly, in terms of what unintended consequences could arise from your program. I think that's a real concern.
And that's why I kind of also pose is this just a natural direction of crime prevention? Because
hold up, pause. Yeah, I don't quite. Yeah, the algorithms may be biased in ways that are, or have unintended consequences just because of assumptions that are programmed in by the program.
Oh, so yeah, no, I was just saying. So if you just program if you just program a robot and say stop crime, would it end up affecting black people more, and would it be deemed as racist?
Not if a black programmer does it.
I mean, I think too, this is a bad example. I may have heard it somewhere, but It's the idea, like, if you program a robot to make staples or whatever, and the sole purpose is to make staples, and it's artificially intelligent. It has free reign to collect the necessary metal to make staples, and all it does is make staples. At some point, that machine could ignore human life and continue to make staples regardless of whether there's people in the way, regardless of whether it's trying to extract elements out of your body to make those staples, iron out of your blood, whatever. It's just trying to make staples. And so there would be an unintended consequence or an unchecked consequence if that thing only has one purpose,
right,
and doesn't consider anything else.
Dog, you think it's the Matrix? I don't think we're that far.
This is like some science.
No, we're not.
While we're not
we're
that,
absolutely not.
But I don't think the dog is that far.
It's not.
It's not. I think they had a remote control, to be honest.
Yeah,
the video I watched.
Yeah, that's the video I was thinking about too.
That's my point. I wasn't thinking it was. And maybe at the point where it does get AI, we could revisit it. But still.
But that's what the statement is about. There's no algorithms if you.
So you stop because of something it doesn't have the ability to do yet.
Well, okay, I say that.
What do you think is the next
dancing
step?
And doing foolishness.
You think they're going to control it forever?
They could.
We're not there yet. Yes, they could. That could be the rule. You always have to control it, not just get rid of it.
Yeah, but I mean, we have drones. I think we have drones. I mean, not remotely piloted.
By the way,
AI drones. Man, come on! I don't know where you.
By the way,
this has no bearing on why it was actually stopped. Like, this is all just speculation.
We've seen videos of these things moving on their own. Those weren't remote controlled.
Maybe I don't truly.
Used for police purposes, because I haven't seen anything like that.
I'm
talking about the Boston Dynamics videos.
I don't really know what those things, like how much control they have over those. I know like they can write themselves, and there must be algorithms within it to write itself, but I don't necessarily know that you just let it go and it just walks around and finds obstacles.
Yeah.
Are you saying it's impossible?
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm also saying.
Are you saying it's not what their intent
is most likely? It's coming, bro.
I don't know about most likely.
Why would they always want to have this thing on a remote control?
Because it's still useful. They can still put it in higher risk situations, have somebody remote control it into whatever, a bomb situation, whatever. I mean, I don't know how well this works.
This thing isn't patrolling around for bombs. It's not patrolling around for bombs, bro.
Are you sure?
Dog, it said it's patrolling around public housing.
That was one of them. It could have been. There could be other units that are being used for different purposes.
My bad. And admittedly, that is a concern in New York bombs. So maybe there are some of them, I'm sure. And again, it's not even about what they're currently. Well, it is somewhat about what they're currently doing. The main problem that the critics. I wish they would say who the critics are, but the critics are saying this technology, it could be dangerous, and we know it is. We know that. That's not debatable, is it?
No, you're right. It can be dangerous.
All right, and I think that's what we're kind of. And I guess not. I guess, but
policing can be more. More dangerous right now.
By the way, the engineer in me, I'm not trying to throw these out either. I just want. How do you make it so we don't have the problem that the critics are saying?
Again, the problem right now that the critics are complaining about is based off of human control. There's nothing about the actual robot that has any bearing or should have any bearing on what the critics are thinking. So I don't get why.
But we just explained why it's not just a matter of.
Okay, I know you explained why it could be a problem in the future, but right now they're taking it off the street right now. and there's nothing right now that's even close to what the critics are complaining about. And by the way, are you 100% sure that is the reason that they're raising a fuss about this, because of the future potential for AI singling out black people, or
what else?
I'm going because I don't. It could. I don't know, but I don't see an article.
Exactly. That's the other thing. Like, we don't.
I mean, it's kind of common sense. That's why it's not a whole thing.
Nah.
All right.
It's not common sense. I think this is a ridiculous statement, and I would be surprised if there's not more.
You think it's ridiculous, but you don't know what it could be. Bet.
You don't know either. You literally, all your complaints are about speculation.
All right.
It's all speculation.
All right.
So you can't.
Hold on. I think it's silly to. I mean, okay, you admit that it's a future whatever, but the goal of this thing, I mean, they intend
y'all keep Euro stepping
these
around
things
this.
Autonomous.
It doesn't matter. It's the police force. That's the problem.
Okay.
So change the police force. You don't just get rid of the tool. It's a tool. It's a robot. It's a toaster right now.
I don't think okay. Like I said, and I think it's safe to say we all agree. Don't necessarily get rid of it, but y'all also not really giving a good optimistic answer for how we don't avoid the issues that. By the way, the crazy part, we're gonna be having this conversation in like a year or two, and when they're fully AI, and me and Wes are like, well, I mean. So I mean, it's cool. Maybe it's not a conversation like when I always say when we're ready to have our own conversation. It's not like we're not ready to have our own conversation.
The problem is you're asking me now, how do we change it? How do we fix it? I've already said fixing the police issue is not something I have a solution for. I tell you how we can fix the guns. I mean the shooter problem, but I don't know how to fix the police force.
The shooter problem.
I mean, I don't even think that's the good question. I mean, I don't think you're. I think the emphasis for me is the idea of algorithm-based discrimination and, potential harm in an autonomous version of this thing as something that is plausible, and based on what I have heard about algorithms and the way they work, I believe that it is plausible, and I do believe that the end goal is an autonomous version of this thing. So I do understand what they're pointing to, regardless of whether it's, oh, this is weird now. I think, yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not a big fan.
Of what?
Of these types of robotics.
I'd rather have actual cops.
And I don't think that it needs to be going to the NYPD.
I mean, the crazy part is, in the first place, we all understand the potential dangers of AI in general. The fact that this even became a conversation about race in terms of the robot dog is kind of crazy to me.
Why? Or did you see the video?
What video? I did see a video
of them using it.
Yes, I saw that. But didn't they have it basically on a leash? The guy was right there.
The guy was there, but where was it? Why?
Oh my gosh, we saw one video of them using it in a black community, and now that's.
But that's the
onus is on the police department because
that's the only video out there.
That's the first one I seen. I mean, y'all got.
Yeah, that's the one you've seen. Have you been searching?
All right. Let's relax.
I'm just saying.
It's strange.
It's the fact, if this is true, if this statement is true, that they stop using it because it could potentially be used in the future to more aggressively patrol communities of color. That's wild. I can't even imagine.
First of all, I don't really think. I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time,
I don't.
I don't care.
Like you've been in conversation. You have
fine.
conversations like this at work. It's never one element that just topples something like this, like a $94,000 investment in one little statement of something that could happen in the future. Topples it. Listen, we gotta. Yeah, they were right. We gotta stop.
It's almost beside the. I mean,
that's a good point in terms of engineering and like
my point.
Money.
My point is yes. There's multiple factors. Yes, they should take them off the streets. Get them off the streets. And the speculation about algorithm-based discrimination is another conversation. Like, I mean, I'm all for taking them off the street. Like, I don't know that unless. Like, I don't know. I don't know that I see immediate utility in them if they can prove it in a better setting or have some. And also, like,
I don't even.
I feel like the problem too is they got pressure from people in New York, like not wanting, like not. I'm pretty sure those people didn't want to see this, like, and them spending $94,000, whatever. Doing all this and like and nobody asked for no police. I mean, no robot dogs. Like, what? It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, people are they're currently trying to defend.
I mean, who asked the police for?
Bigger,
who?
I know, but well, that's not saying they're tax. Ultimately,
I mean, you don't control how the police work, though. You pay.
People should,
taxes.
by the way.
You have every right to be angry about the way that police spend the money.
Right.
As a citizen of wherever you are.
I mean, are these things carrying guns, by the way?
No, but that's what I was gonna probably end on. Again, we can come back to this later on, and I guess one other thing I want to address. That's fine if my question is, doesn't make sense or just a trash question of like how do we future-proof these things. That's fine. I can acknowledge that. One thing I just will say, and again, I'm not for completely removing them altogether, but one thing I'm just gonna end on this. These things will be autonomous one day if they not even if they continue to use them, because they're gonna use them. They're gonna have guns one day. and yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
we'll give up.
I also just like to point out that this was not created for the sole. I don't think it was created for the sole use of the police department because they leased it for that $94,000. But I mean, it's a Boston Dynamics product, so anyone. Not anyone.
We live in capitalist America.
This means it
takes a lot less money to employ a human life than to have a bunch of these things just going off and taking the job.
No. You just.
I'd rather have these on the street than cops, to be honest. But sorry, go ahead, Ace.
You're gonna have people that have them instead of the cops, and they're gonna have the guns on them before the cops.
You think criminals are gonna have these?
Yeah. 100%.
Not even.
All right. What's the next topic?
Billionaires.
What's the next topic?
Billionaires are gonna
Wow. So we're talking about the future AI and all this, but criminals can't get their hands on this.
I didn't say criminals can't get their hands. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you're literally going into like Transformers, Avengers universe. I'm just like right now.
I don't really see a criminal with a spot.
Police departments can lease these things. That's now. And not too far in the future, or in the distant future, they will be able to police the streets by themselves.
Sidebar.
Now you're saying everyday criminals are gonna have them.
I didn't say every day, but
tell me the evil billionaire.
Yes, the
got
evil
to get comic book.
Yes,
but
the
come
evil
on,
billionaire. Yes, I bet. What are you saying, Wes?
Even, dude, we got people doing terrorist acts, mass shootings, all this stuff. And you can't imagine in someday in the near future somebody having a dog, one of these robot dogs with a gun, do some nonsense.
Okay, bet. Wes,
that's a lot. I mean, maybe, but it's a lot. No, sidebar. That company. So, kind of to your point, that company Mischief. Same company with the Lil Nas X foolishness. They are the ones who put a paintball gun on a spot as a performance art project thing. And they had it go in a gallery and start shooting stuff. And apparently Boston Dynamics was like, we disavow this and we don't want you to put guns on the thing. It's not part of our code or whatever. And they were like, and I guess Boston Dynamics has some type of remote control over them or ability to shut them down remotely.
Oh yeah, we know that.
And
the
group said,
just wait till the evil billionaire dies, buys Boston Dynamics.
The group said they have a fail-safe for that if they try to do that. Like they have a technique around it already.
Mm-hmm. So listen.
By the way, that is the engineering answer. Put a failsafe on it. Will that always work?
It'll be bypassed.
Will that always work? That's the problem.
Yeah, it's...
By the way, if the moral of the story is we're doomed, I'm cool with that. By the way, I'm never.
That's always the moral of the story for me.
Fair enough. We don't got good. We don't got good news.
If they take them off the street, I'm with it. And if you don't, I mean, I feel like, obviously they're not. I mean, I say obviously, but they're not making a decision on when with one thing. It's pressure from a bunch of sides, most likely. But if that's what does it, get them off the streets. Like, y'all look silly with robot dog. I'm not with it.
I mean, it's gonna be, if it's not a robot dog, it's gonna be a cop.
Listen, we're not saying that we're not gonna play the what is it? What's the expression?
It's probably a robot.
Yeah. Also, that's not the point. I'm not focused on the
two of the greater evils, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not focused on the cop aspect of it in terms of, how do we? I'm not like focused on the question of better policing.
Yeah, we're not trying to save the world in that regards. We're just looking at this one aspect of police departments that they're trying to implement.
I'm just saying they don't need the robot dog. Oh, that looks silly.
Well, we're not completely against. You keep saying it's silly.
I'm not against having the robot dog.
Yeah, if the robot could, we're not gonna keep going through this. But if the robot could do it properly, it's just like AI. It's just like self-driving cars.
Yeah. I'll also say yes, because they've been using remote controlled. At least I've heard about remote controlled robots going to bomb sites, extracting this and that. Although that might have been military usage or. Like more emergency services and not the police directly. That's fine. I'm with it. Save some lives. Good stuff. But so wasn't there a robot to do that in one of the Black Mirror episodes?
I've never watched.
Perhaps.
I never watched.
Maybe I'm thinking. I might be something.
Probably. I don't recall off the top of my head, but
I can tell.
It touched on
it wasn't like a major plot.
I can tell when something's Black Mirror-ish.
But yeah. Yeah, maybe there's uses, blah blah blah, remote control, yeah, but I feel like this whole Boston Dynamics spot and the other thing, the humanoid one.
Oh man, the one that
they be doing too much.
Man, that one pissed me off. That one be backflipping and shucking and jiving. People be clapping it up, reposting. That thing is going to be your maker. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. But it's fine.
They be doing too much.
Pull up the next joining us. Okay, where are we? Oh my lord. Even having this discussion seems a bit primitive. I don't know if that's the right word. But I feel like it's also one of those just ongoing conversations. So let's just get through it. And let's just play it and then I'll give an intro and pack it, whatever.
I don't. I'm incapable of that.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, because come on.
Because you have a wife.
Well, I have a wife, and I don't really have female friends because look. Okay, let's get rid of this myth right here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Let's get rid of this right here. You're an attractive woman. There's some guy somewhere saying, "Yeah, we're friends." No, that's not true. He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening except this friendship we have. We remain your friends in hopes that one day there'll be a crack in the door, a chink in the armor. And trust and believe that guy that you think is just your buddy, he will slide in that crack the moment he gets the opportunity.
And you think
we're
most
guys.
men think this way?
99.9% of us think that way.
Salute to the OG Steve Harvey, I suppose. Where do we even begin? I'll begin with some context, because this is very interesting how this blew up this week. This is a interview from 2010. It's another classic example of the internet digging some stuff up again, regurgitating. I don't know if it's a boredom. I guess that's just how the internet works. It's a constant recycle. But here we are again. So, it just says Steve Harvey trends after old interview surfaces where he says men and women cannot have platonic relationships. Maybe this is obviously I know what it means by context, but maybe this is the point in my life where I just admit I don't really know what platonic means. It doesn't mean copacetic. Like, there's nothing weird going on. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know.
Non-romantic, I think, is...
Oh, thank you. I don't feel like I need to even drag this out further, except by saying I don't want to hear no capping or whatever the young boy said, because I feel like some of y'all on record about you said friend and girl in the same sentence. So come on, let's be honest. I know some of y'all don't agree with this. Let's be honest. Come on.
Wait, what? Some of us don't agree with it?
Yeah. What the OG Steve is saying.
Yeah, I don't agree.
There we go. Just one. Come on, Ghost. I'm waiting.
I don't agree either.
And Ace, we round it out.
I agree.
Thank you.
About 95. Maybe not the number he said. He said 99.9. I say like 95% probably.
I like how you say.
I mean, are we talking about it from the personal perspective or from
I like
male?
how Ace was kind of slick about it. Most guys can't be friends.
Because, okay, if we're talking about most guys, the Aints, I'm gonna.
That's the question.
Yes, if we're talking about most guys, yes.
That's not the question, Ace.
Okay, so clarify that question, please.
The question is exactly what he said. Do you think a man and woman can be friends? It's not about to be a deep dive. Let's keep it short and brief. And
I'll round it up. I'll round it up and then say no then.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. Now, just to give my take on it, and y'all know my take on it, so hopefully this doesn't have to be a whole big deal. But I agree that men and women can't be friends. And it's not necessarily directly in line with what Steve's saying, but I do think, and I feel like I should pull up, somebody posted something that makes all the sense in the world. There's something to the effect of just like, they might have said males, but just like humans can't typically be just friends with somebody they're attracted to. And I fully agree with that. And I guess maybe I'll shoot y'all some bail. Maybe y'all are admittedly a bit different. But that doesn't negate the fact that if you had a homegirl that you were cool with, y'all friends, she your little friend, and you thought she was attractive, you thought she was fair, and both of y'all are in a relationship, and neither of y'all are in a relationship, y'all are cool for the rest of
a lot of qualifiers. But sorry, go on.
It's really only one, but okay. Y'all cool with riding that out for the rest of your life? No qualms about it.
No.
Right. So, okay, I will say that
no.
In this scenario,
wait.
Yeah, you understanding how?
What do you mean?
Are you understanding how I'm phrasing that?
No, I don't.
I'm talking to Ace.
I guess the question is, are you making a move or not? Is that what your question is?
I'm saying
are you going to do anything
I'm
about it?
I'm saying if homegirl says, hey, I want to be more than friends. Is it? Are you going? No. Well, let's just be friends.
Come on.
That's what he's saying, by the way.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said.
Wait, really?
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
So much. And then said, that's what he said in like 5 seconds. Oh, that's
come on. Now that we got the nonsense out the way, yes, y'all got an answer for that.
All right. Okay. So for me, I'll say real quick. In this scenario, you were attracted to this woman. Then if she said that, yes, of course I'm jumping on it. But
let the lingo. Is the language, dog.
Okay, come on. Okay, obviously not how y'all interpret it, but I mean, in this scenario, there's just to further add on. There's a difference between thinking someone is attractive or being attracted to them and thinking they're good looking. Because you can think someone's good looking without being attracted to them. But in this case, you are attracted to them. I mean, yes, I'm gonna say yes. There are. But if this was a different scenario where you aren't attracted to them, despite them being good looking, then...
And I want y'all to answer. So hurry up and answer. But you know what I'm gonna ask. You know what I'm gonna ask next. So you be on point.
Is your point that you weren't friends?
The question is making my head hurt. Clarify.
You can't.
At that point that happened, is your point that you weren't friends before that?
No.
Or that you can't?
The way my mind works is,
mm-hmm.
I can't just be friends with somebody that I'm attracted to, and I guess that gives kind of point to you even bringing up that whole difference between being attracted and thinking someone looks good goes. But yes, that's where I stand.
But
so
did you answer my question?
I know what you mean. You're saying, so up until the point where, like, say in the example you just said, Quest, she asked you. Up until that point, all the time that led up to that point, you weren't friends?
Nah. Why?
Okay. I would say a more appropriate way to phrase the question is, well, it's probably, can you stay friends?
Okay.
Instead of, can you be friends?
Okay, I'm listening. I mean, some would argue that's one and the same, but I'm listening.
And I just want to bring up one more quick thing. The other element to this for me as well is that it's not necessarily whether you can be, I don't know, however you want to define friends, but I can't be friends with a woman in the same way that I can be friends with a male. So, like, that's gonna put a limit on how far that relationship can go before you have to, like, put the boundary. So I'm not saying that I can't be, I can't have any type of interaction.
Yes,
with
it's not a matter of, do you never talk to women? Do you don't even touch women? You don't even look them in the eye. And I don't want to spend too much time on this. Admittedly, you know what we have in the docket that we need to talk about one day? Like the definition of a friend. And I kind of that jumped into my mind when we talk about this conversation, but I don't necessarily want to. I just bring it up to say one day we have to talk about that.
And my point is, if I have a friend that's a female that's on the same level as, like, some of my best friends, you guys, then of necessity I'm gonna have to see if we can take
You're gonna have to
take the relationship to a romantic level.
Y'all are using some spicy language tonight. I like it.
It's of necessity. Like, that would be dumb of me not to.
What if you have multiple women of this category of this?
Choose one. I mean, you can't.
That's true.
What if you choose the wrong one?
Why did you ask that?
What? You're trying now. Cut yourself off and try.
That's what. Oh,
I'm not saying all of that. I'm
sorry. That's the way my mind was. It's fine. It is a relevant question. I'm sorry. Ace, that was good. But y'all, come on, y'all two got to answer for this.
Answer what?
So you don't understand what's going on here? You checked out?
No. What was the question? You know the question goes?
Yeah. So I think I should.
No. But what did Ace just? Ace was just talking to talk.
All right. Can we just get the question? We're not gonna get.
Yeah. All right. So the
get
question.
Somewhere if y'all listen.
Lord.
Okay, I'm about to say it. Just to clarify, the question in my mind is, if I'm gonna flip it because I can't. I'm trying to think of a scenario where this happens for me, and I just can't see it. So, in this case, I'm friends with a woman and attracted to her, and I want to take it to the next level, and she says no. Can you remain friends?
That's another good question.
That's how I'm looking at it. I mean, question. I guess the reverse could be true too, but I mean, I'm gonna say yes, most likely. So, kind of seems relevant.
You said yes.
What? No. Let me clarify because you misinterpreted me.
And I'm not toxic. I just want to hear what he says before y'all kill me. Go ahead.
So in the flip scenario where we're both attracted to each other, and she asks me if we want to take it to the next level, I'm most likely going to say yes. So for me, it's irrelevant to look at it from that way. I'm looking at the flip side where I raise a question, she says no. Can you remain friends? So to answer that question, I mean, I'll say yeah, but it's not going to be to the same level that it was before.
So there's going to be a strain on their friendship.
You kind of.
Now you have a strain. Great.
To an extent, like you're going to have to, if you can't force yourself to lose some of that attraction, then I don't know. I don't want to say cut ties, but definitely put some distance. But if you can, I don't want to say make yourself less attracted, but if you can
look what you have to
make
do.
Make it more platonic, then sure.
You got to go through a lot of loopholes just to remain this.
I know. I'm saying it's not easy.
Woman. You're saying
it's easy for me, by the way. It's
not easy for me. And it may be a case by case thing. Is what it sounds like your answer is.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't want to do a case by case thing, but yeah, I guess that's fair.
I mean,
I will never stand on the side of the fence, boy.
I hear you, and I'm pretty much with you. I think that, you know, if I value the friendship enough, which I should.
Well, chill, relax, please.
I just
let him finish.
Can we be a toxic podcast for one?
Let him relax.
Right.
Let him finish.
All right, I'm sorry.
Then yeah, I would hope I'd be able to get past that. So, yeah, that's the bottom line. I'm not gonna expound on that.
We're literally a podcast. The point is to expound. Oh my gosh. All right, it's fine though. I mean, I hella respect Ace answer. Y'all are, I don't know what y'all talking about, to be honest. But naturally, the other questions that kind of pop in my mind, and some people argue it's nothing to do with nothing, but the other question that popped in my mind are if, and maybe this would actually make it easier, but if you had a homegirl that was a friend, and you know you're
pause.
Like I was saying, pardon me. If you had a homegirl that you called a friend or whatever, and she had a husband or or a man or whatever, would you still interact with them in any and every manner of a friend?
And you're attracted to her?
Yeah. Or would you cool off a little?
The dynamic.
And
Sorry.
if you had a wife and she came with, he's just a friend, but you know for a fact homeboy is attracted to her, y'all staying shut? Maybe it's too toxic of a question. I'm using toxic a lot. I don't like that. Anyway, yeah. What do y'all make of that? All that.
No, the dynamics and the access change when that person has a spouse, because out of respect for that person, you can't just
respectfully
have. You can't. Yeah, you can't have as much access to a person who's. Well, I mean, and this kind of applies for anybody, but
particularly women, though.
Yeah, particularly for women. I'm just saying, you don't have as much access to people when they.
It's not just about. It's not just about access, though. It's about.
No. I said out of respect.
Yeah,
out of respect.
Because
that man is her man, and you should not be.
She don't need no little friends.
Waiting on the sidelines.
Exactly.
As Steve Harvey said, waiting for a little slip.
By the way, I hate the fact he said chink of the armor. I'm just gonna point. I don't. That's a wild language.
What's wrong?
Let me tell you about it.
Yeah. So yeah. No, out of respect, you have to respect that man, and it does change the dynamic.
Yeah, it sounds like, even though y'all not saying the most, it sounds like the moral of the story is, yeah, when it comes to women, especially women you're attracted to, not even especially, because I think, and again, one thing I want to focus on, yeah, I don't think it's necessarily, I say men and women can't be friends, but obviously, what I'm trying to focus in on is, if you are attracted to somebody, that just being a friend relationship is not going to work out in my eyes. Some feelings going to get, feelings are going to get tricky, and it's just the natural progression of humans, in my opinion.
I get what you're saying. I think also we probably did or do have to define friendship, but in terms of and I'm not going to do it, but in terms of the husband question, it's also like, if you value that friendship, that friend, you're not going to come between that woman and her husband, and you're not going to let anything you do contribute to that. So whatever you have to do to make that the case is what you have to do. And that should be something that, you're looking at in terms of your friendship with that person, what will be good for that person ultimately. You have to consider that person and their situation more than yourself.
Well said. Yeah, to be honest, it's really not that complicated. I think even the way we kind of break it down. Y'all ready for my walk back? Y'all gotta add a walk back. My cleanup, rather. And some of y'all already.
I think I know what it is.
Some of y'all already know this, but if you don't, all listeners, I say all this, but fun fact about me, I don't like the term friends at all. I'm on record. I only have one friend, in fact. Don't other people I either consider family or just people or just acquaintances that I know through school or work or whatever have you. But my one friend, the one person I do consider a friend, is in fact a woman. Absolutely. We've been cool since high school, 11th grade. Yeah. I know some people are saying, what in the world is Kathleen talking about? But one, I'm record, I believe in healthy contradictions. And two, it's really just a matter of like, I don't know what else to classify her as. And if I told you some of the conversations and some of the stories that we've shared together, y'all would maybe understand a bit more. And maybe I will one day on the podcast, but obviously not today. Salute to her. That's what I'm gonna salute. Yeah. Any of y'all female friends y'all want to shout out? AK, I'm trying to get y'all caught up.
No comment.
Damn.
I don't have any.
Look at that.
Oh. I'm just joking. That's kind of ridiculous.
You also didn't answer that question about if you had a wife and would you step
down?
But it's fine.
You're not talking to me.
I didn't hear any of y'all, but...
Wait, you said if you have a wife?
Yeah, if you had a wife and she had a little friend. Or...
Man, come on, that's silliness. I guess you don't know my stance, but no, that's no. No.
Hey man, I just making sure. Make sure everybody keep it a buck here. It's cool. And I guess it's also worth mentioning, even though I kind of want to get off of this. You know, one of the main reasons why this trended is because, you know, a lot to do with what he actually said, and you know, we obviously didn't really focus on that, but it's just interesting. Like, and even if you like scroll through some of this stuff, it's just like a lot of people were really focused, and even the person that originally posted the interview, that clip, they said something to the effect of like, this is just another way to say I only see women as sexual objects without actually saying it. Which maybe I guess you could glean from from what he said.
I kind of agree with that. If you're not, I mean, I kind of I don't want to keep using the attractive thing, but if your only goal with a woman is to be with her physically, that's
no one said that though.
That's kind of, I mean, to an extent, I mean, I kind of think they're being a little dramatic with what Steve Harvey's saying, but to an extent, that is kind of
he's right.
That's why I brought up defining friendship.
What? You said Steve Harvey's right?
Yes.
Steve. So you can't have any. Oh, I don't agree with that.
Listen, no, he's asking about the sexual objects question. I mean, they're talking about the sexual objects question. Is that correct?
I mean, it's an extrapolation that's going a little bit to the extreme. Like, I don't think Steve Harvey is saying that when he looks at a woman, that's all he sees as a sexual object.
Thank you.
I think he's saying.
Say that.
I think he's saying, again, given the opportunity, and you know, if there's no like if the woman's not married, if there's no, I don't know if he's actually saying that, but anyway, if the woman's not married, if there's nothing barring you from having a relationship with the woman, and you see her as like, you know, if you see the relationship as a friendship, you're going to want to go further. I think that's what he's saying. If somebody wants to take that as, well, that means you see all women as sexual objects, then fine, you can do that, but I don't think that's a fair summary of the
it's literally a
point.
Reaching for the stars. But at the end of the day, it's also content, so I'm not necessarily mad at it. It's a conversation. Because in the same vein, there are some guys that, you know, only look at women like that, and I'm not necessarily of the belief of controlling how people think, because I don't think you can, but there may be some conversation and just, you know, how you view the opposite sex in there. I don't know. And it could be healthy. Anyway, salute to all the cool women out there that we deem as friends. What's next? Oh man. So, you know, Gotta give continual rest in power to DMX. His funeral, like the like not public, but like the one that they actually, record and broadcast happened this week, and it was definitely a beautiful event. A lot of people spoke, a lot of OGs in hip hop. His family was there, so it was definitely a beautiful event. And I kind of want to add some kind of jokey joke about my feelings on funerals, but I'll save it since we're trying to be serious. But I don't want to say like all black events go, but not uncommon to how you would expect something like this to go. Different people, got things off their chest. There was even one clip going around about, he wasn't a random, but some brother that nobody knew hopped up on stage and he was going on a rant during the funeral. That was a bit strange. But anyway, Swizz Beatz, during his, speech or whatever you want to say it, his, parting words, he brought up a point that, started a conversation about like, giving people their flowers and while they're alive and, giving them help. So play that and let's see what he had to say. I think it's a little long, but it's fine. We'll see what he's saying.
The only part is like, I just wish all these people showed up for him when he was here. You know what I'm saying? You got thousands of people claiming who they are on tickets and things like that. This man needed everybody. He didn't need everybody when he's not here. He needed everybody when he was here. You understand? So we got to learn how to celebrate each other while we here. I don't want y'all to show up to my shit when I'm gone. Unless you was showing up while I was here. I want to be sent off with the same love that I had when you were standing next to me. The things that I'm witnessing from my brother's passing, it was a big educational thing for me to learn. I'm glad that I got to see it at this age. A lot of people ain't your friends. A lot of people ain't your family. And I need everybody to do a will. You have to do your will. You do not want strangers, bloodsuckers, handling your business when you're not here. You want the ones that you love handling your business. But I'm going to make sure my brother's straight. I'm going to make sure my brother's family's straight, my brother's kids are straight, and everybody in here better do the same as well. Because this is not a fashion show. This is not a performance. This is a real life day-to-day. And I love everybody that...
Who's the Swiss? I think it's safe to say nothing he said was disagreeable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The only I don't even like saying problem, but the question and conversation comes up where some people are saying that, well, he's making a lot of good points, and we all subscribe to, like, again, give people help and flowers while they're there to receive it, that this may not be appropriate dialogue at an actual funeral. And I don't know. Y'all know my stance on funerals. I don't even like going to them in general, if I can. So I don't know. Maybe y'all have a bit more empathy and can kind of break this down. Is this out of line at an actual funeral? This type of language, type of talk?
Pretty much. It's over the top.
Yeah, I think it's out of line too, because the goal of the funeral should be to. I mean, I say for the family's sake. In this case, he was an icon, so it's not like this was just limited to his family and friends that knew him personally. But the end goal of it is for the family mostly and his friends to mourn the person, not really as a platform to give a diatribe about being there for people, which again, everything he said was right, but I just think there's a better space to do it.
So it's kind of like one of those like right message, wrong time situations.
Yeah, to me, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, man. And I
really don't know. I'm kind of split.
Me too. And again, I feel like my thinking, I shouldn't even really have a say in it. But it's like, and I subscribe to, like, you know, messaging sometimes does have a lot to do with timing and like the space. But if his intention is not, he's not. I mean, I would hope he didn't have anybody in mind when he's talking about this. But I think it's like he said, it's like an education. It's like a lesson. And if his goal is just like to make sure this messaging got out in front of everybody watching, is it a net bad?
I mean, I'm trying to think of an equivalent to, like, if I was at a funeral and I saw somebody, or not even somebody, but like a group of people who I know probably were there for the wrong reason. I mean, I guess if it touched me in the wrong way, I might call them out. I mean, especially at the end of the day.
No, you can't start a beef at a funeral now. You can't say,
no.
Hey, yo, Uncle Jim, you were here and you weren't even helping out. I'm be honest with you.
I say like, because it has to be on this scale, because, you know, he doesn't necessarily know the people.
Yeah.
But I think his point is just that there's people there who weren't there for him when he was going through things, and suddenly they were there. I mean, yeah, it's hard to put yourself in that position. So I really don't know. I mean, like you said, the point of a funeral is to kind of get closure, and for people who need to be comforted, comfort people. Get your thoughts out, or your last thoughts and feelings out, or not thoughts and feelings out about the person in their life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is the point. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
And I've heard
too much or not.
And I've heard you talk about that before, and even with my feelings, I can understand that. Like, funerals have a lot to do with like the actual family, and helping them, being there for them. But I'm thinking, like, I mean, we don't know who all showed up for DMX's funeral, or who was like even like a part of it. But I'm thinking, like, if someone got the invite, but they were an example of what Sue's talking about, they weren't ever really there to support that person when they were going through things or whatever the case would be. Could it be a situation where somebody doesn't have a right to be at a funeral? Is that such a thing exists?
Yeah, I mean, some people may feel like that. Personally, I think that's the wrong way to look at it, because there are people that weren't there when they maybe should have been or could have been, and they still show up to the funeral, but at the end of the day, they're still there paying their respects, and they took time out of their schedule and their day to be there, so you can't knock them for that.
Yeah, they might regret it as well.
Yeah, I kind of look at it independent of should they have been there before, but
yeah, I mean, we can't completely neglect that lesson, though.
I mean, yeah, the lesson should be to anyone hearing it that it may apply to, that be there when they're alive or when you should have been, versus only showing up for the funeral. But the act of showing up for the funeral itself, regardless of what you did or didn't do, shouldn't be looked at as a negative.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense to me. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, some people's enemies go to their funeral.
That's good. What was that picture of the dude who was at the funeral smiling, took a selfie?
I want to say if we had beef, don't come to my funeral. But one, I don't even like.
Yeah, if you got to be there for the right reasons.
Well, no, I would say if I'm dead, it don't matter. One and two, you know, I don't like to think about having beef with people, so I don't know. I'm sure no one showed up for DMX's funeral. Like, damn, I'm glad this guy's dead. But I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. And this is, a sad thing to kind of go through again. But at the same time, I do kind of see the aspect of like funeral being a celebratory situation. So we definitely always keep that in mind. And yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to make sure I feel like I in general, try to give everybody the energy I think that would benefit them. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to ever feel like what Wes was talking about. Like, there's something I could have done, and then I'm just at the funeral shucking and giving condolences. But that's just me. I wouldn't necessarily put that on anybody else. Yeah. So again, rest in power to DMX, whole legend. Man, it's so weird. I was thinking about it recently, just about how and I really shouldn't think about it because DMX's circumstance is not and should be considered the norm. But even like how Black Rob passed recently, it's like I don't know. Does this feel like the appropriate? This is a wild question, so I'm sorry if it's offensive. But does it seem like the appropriate age where legends would be passing?
No.
Nah, they too young.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't 70, 80.
Life Dog Prodigy.
Yeah. And I was just thinking about it because, admittedly, a lot of these guys were superstars in the 90s, in the early 2000s. So it was what you could consider a long time ago. But yeah, these guys are still relatively young, and a lot of them are unnatural circumstances. Is that the right way to put it? I don't know. But,
yeah.
Is dying.
It's not old age.
Yeah, is dying of old age is the only thing considered natural? I don't know.
No, I think. I don't. But I think illnesses, certain illnesses. I don't know.
I don't think
natural causes as opposed to.
I don't think they classify what happened easy as natural. But let's get off the death of legends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so to Wiz. We were talking about Wiz Khalifa the other day. Who's the Swiss? Yeah. Powerful message. Timing maybe could have been different, but that's up for everybody to, decide for themselves. And I think that's it. All right? Oh, well.
Natural causes reverse to internal factors, so medical to condition or disease.
Internal?
As opposed to external, like trauma of an accident.
What if something is? I don't want to think Easy-E, but what if something unnatural gets implemented in somebody internally?
I think that's.
It's not saying that right, but
not natural.
Fair enough. I understand what you're saying. What if someone dies from a bad flu?
Natural.
The flu is natural?
Yeah.
What if somebody dies from?
People die from cancer. They say.
By this definition.
What if somebody dies of the virus that's going around right now?
Natural causes.
But it was created in a lab.
Wait, what? What? Come again?
Come on, let me just put on my 5G conspiracy theory helmet for a second. But anyway, it's fine.
Wow. Actually, sorry, this is quick. There's 5 manners of death: natural, accident, suicide, homicide, and undetermined.
That's all? I would think there'd be more, but
I feel like
that makes
undetermined probably encompasses a lot.
Catches
yeah, that's kind of a cheat code, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but if it's not an accident, it's not natural, it's not suicide, and it's not homicide. Sorry, we can continue.
That's fine. No, that is interesting. There's only 5 categories.
Sickness. I don't think like cancer would fall under any of those.
Cancer's natural.
I don't. I guess by that definition, but
natural causes could be anything from cancer to heart disease to diabetes.
Some of these illnesses ain't natural.
I guess that's
we're gonna leave
it
at that. Some of these illnesses are not natural, but it's fine. Anyway, before we get to music, 2 quick update stories. Because we like to keep our listeners informed on the Be One to Be Fair podcast. I don't know why we're talking about it, but I had mentioned that Aiden Ross brother getting banned from Twitch because of something his homeboy did. He's back on Twitch.
Yeah.
Just let the listeners
know. Was it just a temporary ban expiring, or did Twitch change it?
That I don't know, but it wasn't permanent. That's what we do know.
Yeah, I guess that's the moral. But...
And also, going back to these algorithm conversation, he never appeared on my Twitch recommendations until after we had a conversation, which is fine. I did search in Google, so it makes sense that Google's all omnipotent. Anyway, sorry, that's what I get for trying to say words that are out of my vernacular. Oh yeah, so he's back, and you got recommended in my feed, and this dude, I don't know if it was just because that might have been his return stream. He had 130,000 people watching him.
Live?
130,000 live.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
I had a feeling some people would be like, I don't know if that's a lot and maybe
I'm not even on Twitch like that, but that's nuts.
Yeah, for everybody that's not on Twitch, it's just imagine your favorite artist when they be talking about I performed in front of 20,000 or 30,000. Of course, getting a person out in front of you in a concert is different from them just being able to just logging into Twitch and viewing you. But that's still several times the audience of what is standard for a concert. And again, I don't know.
People can be big and popping on Twitch, YouTube, whatever, and I think I've maybe seen 10, 20,000, which is still insane. Yeah. But 130 is. Wow.
Admittedly, it would help if I had the average of what people stream, but I do know for a fact if somebody has 100+ streamers, that's considered successful. So.
Yeah, this immediately makes me question: was this all just set up, like a conspiracy type thing? Get him banned, get the publicity. He comes back, and I don't know. 130,000.
Why do we as humans think like that? Because you're right. That could easily be a thing. Again, I don't know his content, but I think he's known for things that he's not outside of the realm of that being possible. But I'm not gonna put that on because I don't really care. Any other quick news thing I have? And let me know if y'all even like or care for this quick news thing, because I'm kind of conflicted about it myself. But apparently the Oscars happened, or something happened recently. I think it must have been Oscars because everybody was
it was the Oscars.
Getting awards and parading around. And at one of the Oscar parties, Daniel, somebody help me out, the brother from the Black Panther movie and Get Out, and
Hallelujah. No G. I think that's it.
That he he was met up with, or I don't know the best way to say it, but he was with Fred Hampton Jr. and they were just meeting and talking and giving all the love in the world to each other. And somebody just pointed out the fact that Fred Hampton Jr. did and does see that film as a decent representation of that story. So yeah, basically the movie has the family's blessing. That was the moral of the story. Which is dope to know, because I never can get past the fact that I saw a decent amount of slander from that movie.
Oh really?
Yeah. Even I'm not gonna point her out, but there was one homegirl in particular that you would think was wrong for it. Yeah, you know.
Who I think is.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna do it. By the way, to make it goofy, let's just say I can't be friends with her.
I like that.
But so it's
you know, I kind of knew
that. Dang, I'm gonna start using that, because obviously I'm not saying it in a negative conversation, so that's the only what that could mean. The only thing that's the only applicable to literally 2 women in the world. But anyway, salute to Daniel. I'm sorry I can't say your last name, but you're still a whole legend. And salute to the Fred Hampton estate and family. His I guess they were never technically married, but his wifey, she's dope too. I see clips floating around sometimes of her speaking. She's dope. Very much alive and very much dope. But yeah, that was it for quickies. Again, y'all can let me know, maybe post production or something like that. And the last question I really have before we get to music and we wrap this joint up is literally for all year I've been complaining about music, and I think I still feel the same way, to be quite honest, in terms of no artist that I really, 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 really want has even given an indication of that they're going to be dropping soon. And I'm not trying to slander. I know some really dope. Obviously, we do a music section every week where we bring dope records. So obviously, some really dope music is dropping, but there hasn't been an album in quite some time, in my opinion. So whose albums are we actually anticipating?
Quadruple X. Apparently that's dropping. Danny Brown.
Wait, really?
Wow.
Oh.
He tweeted about it.
Dang, I'm sleeping. I mean, I don't think I follow him, but I follow him on IG. By the way, that name's already fire. I was thinking about Danny Brown recently because I was wondering if his content it will be as sustainable in this current climate. But going back to the conversation we had about some artists that can get away with certain things, I think it'll be fine. And I'm talking about early Danny Brown content. Obviously he's not just obviously rapping about the exact same thing. Although on that, no, I don't think it's his last album. I think he has one more after that. But on what is it? How do you say that word? Exhibition Atrocities.
Atrocity.
He was still talking that talk. I really like that album. That's the album I'm really dope with the super record, with Kendrick, Earl, and Soul. But anyway, so that's one. Who else are we looking forward to? And not even who is we know is dropping, because admittedly with Cole it's always you never know, but apparently Cole's gonna be dropping soon. So that's definitely one of my anticipations.
Somebody tweeted TDE joint.
TDE,
I got
Top Dog.
Yeah.
He said May 7th, I believe is the date. Something's dropping. He's being super sneaky. We don't know if it's Kendrick, Isaiah Rashad. It could literally be. It's
a spoiler for anyone who cares. It's a Rashad single, not an album, but it's been a minute. It's been too long.
That's good, but that's not good enough. But it's
yeah, that's exactly how I feel. But
But
I do got a little list of artists that I think are dropping this year, confirmed more or less. And 4 or 5 of these are my favorite on my top 10 list of all time, which is dope. But
okay.
D'Angelo,
Okay.
been waiting a while. JID,
He's due.
think the Never Story sequel coming out. Smino, I'm not 100% sure about this one.
Wait, sorry, who would you say? Who did you say before?
After D'Angelo was JID.
JID? Oh.
JID, Smino, Highest Coyote.
Post a lot of studio picks. So I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. He dropped something last year, that mixtape. So he doesn't end up getting something this year. Then
I know I really literally shouldn't be negative while we're talking about music we're anticipating. Y'all really rock with Highest Coyote?
Yeah,
sir.
Damn.
That's the second most anticipated Highest Coyote 1 month.
I don't like that because I'm like the least hater out of all of us, but the fact I don't like them make me feel like a hater because y'all rock with them so much. Anyway, what else?
And then of course Rashad. It's been too long getting teased with snippets and nothing coming out except for one single in last year, but I think it's coming.
Do y'all think? I mean, this is like the classic conversation. Do y'all think that helps? Maybe y'all don't care. Y'all think that helps or hurts an artist? Like
it hurts.
Oh, I mean,
wait, what?
If they're not dropping anything and it's been years, like it has been for Rashad, it 100% hurts.
Because of the expectation.
Yeah, and again, he's not like Kendrick big too, so it's not like he has like hardcore.
It hurts the evaluation of the release.
No. I'm talking about like as far as notoriety, like building up hype.
Of the artist.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking.
Like if someone hasn't dropped in a minute and then they just randomly release it after.
Anticipation.
Yeah, I was talking about.
I'm not even that. Just
I was talking more about the quality.
Well, we could be talking about the main things, I guess.
I think quality. That I think that's kind of independent. That doesn't really have it.
And that's good. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's the consensus because I feel like if you don't drop for years, the implication is that you've been working on music, and you've been really spending time with it, making sure it's perfect. So if it comes out and it's anything less than, I think.
That's the hope, but I've had some disappointments recently. Mainly Broken Social Scene. They were on hiatus for a minute and then dropped last year and was kind of so-so.
I would say artists.
So for artists, it's just dropping like quarterly. If one's a dud and one's really great, it's like, damn, I'm still getting exactly what I said.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even have to be quarterly.
Yeah, I'm saying exactly.
Something.
Yeah.
On a fairly consistent basis.
But there does seem to be a kind of a track record for taking long hiatuses and then coming back. Not quite up or
shouldn't expect it at this point.
You shouldn't expect it. You shouldn't expect it to be good.
No.
Damn.
I think that's fair.
What if it's one of your favorite artists?
Doesn't matter.
Say Electronica.
That's not
even though I don't know.
That's not a good example.
Well, okay, for me at least. Y'all still stand for the album. I don't get it.
You didn't like the new Tool joint?
I'm not saying I didn't like it, but it didn't live up to my expectations.
So it is real then, and you since then changed how you look at music. Is what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. The only thing is I don't know if I think it might just be human nature to be excited about to be excited about good news like that. So maybe it is just a moot question. But yeah, are you anticipating anybody else? Even if you don't necessarily have heard of them dropping.
No, I don't have any.
That's fine. Like I said, I'm Cole, Kendrick, even though. See, I don't necessarily hang my hat on they need to drop a 10 out of 10. But if your last outing I didn't like.
Here we go.
Then I look at it a little here.
I thought you said you liked Damn, even though it wasn't up to the level of his.
I didn't say, I didn't say anything, and nothing I said in the last few sentences that was
the implication was there.
Well, you don't imply when I'm not saying it. Yeah. All I'm saying is if you drop something that's not that, and then you take some time off, I'm gonna be looking at it with a stink eye, which is just me. But yeah, salute to all the artists that they didn't want to drop last year because of course everything that was going on, and now that everything's opening up, for better or worse, some releases are on the way. I heard some artists are gonna start touring again too. That's weird. But anyway, we can't stay quarantined forever, can we? Okay, if there's nothing else, we can get to music. All the same, a lot of dope records.
I forget your last request. You said Paramore, and that's reminded you inspiration.
And that's why you cannot do a podcast solo, even though some people try it. So I don't know if y'all heard. It's not necessarily a music recommendation, and I don't have a song of mine, but Willow Smith, is either newly making or has always been on this, but she's in like an alternative punk band, and yeah,
that sounds familiar.
I always like the fact that I'm with that, because even if that's not what I'm consuming a lot of these days, I like the fact that Black people are in those spaces and being just as good, if not better. So,
you heard the music?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, there was some clips online. Again, since we're on Spotify, just real quick, just search her, Willow Smith.
Are you sure it's her, or she got a band?
Oh man, you're right. I didn't come prepared for this, but I don't know. Google Willow Smith rock, and I'm sure it'll come up. Just don't do
I think there's a release from last week. If you search on Willow,
just don't necessarily do it on YouTube if you don't like weird.
You can see it on Spotify.
If you don't like weird music videos. Yeah, that's the one. Solo. No, not that one. Or maybe it is that one.
Transparent Soul looks like
this.
Yeah, I guess.
Featuring Travis Barker.
Travis Barker's on this too. Wow, salute to Travis. But yeah, give us a little.
What? So maybe I don't care to know what you meant.
No, just that whenever the Rock Grammys come around, hopefully there won't be no questions about whether this is a country record. Wasn't that or not country? Or rock record.
Oh my! I listened to that man's name. One of these freshmen.
A rapper?
Yeah. One of the ones that we said was Rod Wave.
Okay.
That dude makes country music.
Huh?
Like, I mean, it's hip hop, but if you listen to, like, I was just scrolling through one of the albums, and I was like, this is country. Like,
lyrically, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, partially.
Probably,
it's like struggle.
As well.
It's got that struggle to it.
Yeah,
where you could relate it, and then like the way he sings. I mean, because he's from the South, he's from Florida, but he got that Southern drawl, and it sounds like country, and like it's more country to me than, not more country, but it's like if they were doing like a country record thing, like, and he was trying to get on the charts, I would say he's country. Like,
oh yeah, it wasn't the fact that the Grammys were, it was the country charts weren't accepting. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I think something like that. But yeah, it's crazy.
All the same, I'm always for artists should be put in whatever category they feel they should be in. And maybe that's not a good opinion to have, but it's the one I have off the bat. Anyway, before we wrap up, I think I actually have a couple other quick story updates situations. Or do you have
real quick? No, real quick. I guess Ghost. Did you listen to the new Hiatus Coyote track? Is it even?
I did listen to it. It was all right, but not worthy of being brought.
Yeah.
Sound like trash.
The voice sounded kind of interesting on that. Like not strained. I don't know if that's the right word, but
yeah. No. Yeah.
I mean, it didn't quote my hype for the album at all, but interesting.
We'll see.
Yeah, the vocals were
actually. I'm not hoping that the music will be bad. Sorry, don't misconstrue me. Was that
Flying Lotus album? I didn't bring any tracks, but it brought along with the anime
I meant to ask y'all about that. The last time I was asking what's cool y'all bringing Flying Lotus, and y'all, and I think West did. That was from an EP, and now he just dropped an album.
No, that was just a single.
No,
2-track single.
No, it was an EP.
I mean,
it was 1 week before the album, and it was 2 tracks that are on the album. It was a single, essentially.
4-record EP, and what I liked about it, he dropped the EP, and then he also dropped the instrumentals for those songs on the same EP. It
was literally a single.
I'm not going back and forth with y'all about this.
I'm not going back and forth because I literally have concrete proof it's a single. But I agree that it's dope that he dropped the instrumental in the actual track.
By the way, we're looking at different sources, so the information might be different.
I'm looking at Spotify, which is you can't get more of a source than that.
I'm looking at iTunes, so let's relax. Jesus, Joseph and Mary. Anyway, if there's no other recommendations.
This joint is huge, though. I'm sorry.
The heck are you talking about?
I mean, his last album was huge too, which was again, it was alright. It wasn't great, but I'm not complaining. Wow, Fullamaga was 27.
27, yeah.
Jesus, but yeah, I'm not complaining.
I don't complain about length of album.
I do. 20 plus? That's ridiculous. Nobody, not one artist. Hell no.
How many was Drake's? Didn't Drake make a long one?
And Drake's trash. Sorry, I didn't mean it, but
it was wasn't it Scorpion? Pretty sure that was
it. Tracks.
That was a playlist.
No, that was an album, sir. It was an R&B and a rap album in one.
Kool-Aid D made 100 songs.
He's the exception. Maybe it's the topic, so maybe I'll wait till next week. But I will ask, and I'll probably ask again. When we went to Atlanta, do y'all remember while we were driving, seeing people outside selling water?
Nope.
No.
So y'all don't remember or know about the culture of the young boys outside selling water?
Nope.
Okay, we'll talk about it next week. And then the other thing. I'm scrolling. What was it? Man, I guess nothing. What was it? There was one other thing. I gotta start writing stuff down on sticky notes.
What was that? Oh no, Cruel. No. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. I guess with that being said, is there anything at all that we're forgetting? And if not, is there anything we are looking forward to coming up in the future?
I am getting a pedal one day.
Sick. Isn't that what y'all were looking at when we were... Oh, man. See, you indirectly got me to where I wanted to be. But yeah,
you buying the drum kit?
Again, I'm probably not going to be doing that while I'm in an apartment. I know it's not a factor, but I don't think I'll be playing. Well, I mean, we could obviously set it up at your house. Listen, that's a discussion for another time. Isn't that what y'all were looking at when we were at Guitar City the other day?
Yeah.
Guitar Center?
Were we not at a Guitar Center?
You said city.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, we were. That's why I did it.
Sick. You getting a price? You balling out on one, or are they not even that?
Those things are expensive as frick, man. I bought two. I got one already, but the other one's still coming.
Man, you know what I learned is expensive this week? Softball equipment.
What?
Softball.
Holy Jesus.
Why were you shopping for softball equipment?
I don't know if this is TMI, but one of my younger siblings is signed up for softball. So they're doing that.
By the way, is softball female only?
That's what
I know.
That's what I told them. I've seen males play it, obviously.
You might not want to get caught playing softball.
No.
I'm just wondering because I know they got college baseball on ESPN.
At company outings, they play softball.
Well, yeah.
Really? Yeah. I mean, like in an official capacity. Like, do they have a collegiate?
No.
Actually, I feel like if anybody knew this, it would be you. I should know it.
No, it's female.
Wait, who said it?
Oh, me or
Ghost?
Oh yeah.
I don't expect Ghost.
My knowledge of sports isn't that
the softball leagues. But anyway,
hey, it's on ESPN, no?
Yeah, it is.
Female softball, but I've never seen male, and they have college baseball.
Do you think Ghost watches the WNBA?
Yes, This is by extreme past.
Probably.
No.
All right.
Just for entertainment purposes.
But you as WNBA,
let's move.
You just have to slide that in there.
Yeah, I kind of do it.
I'm on record. I don't dislike the WNBA, despite a lot of the hate that it gets. But yeah, we can move on.
Yeah, let's not. We made it a whole podcast about being toxic, even though I want it to be. Anyway, what the Guitar Center thing reminded me of is, I think I'm on record, and I guess it's one of the few times where I'm walking back something I'm on record for. I'm on record. I like the aesthetic, the idea of cities and stuff, and I would like to live in a city. But we were out. We had a little outing last week, and I guess we probably should have took some time again to talk about how we felt about that. But, dog, I didn't like that experience. We're walking around the city, and I'm paranoid as hell. Like, I'm just on edge. Like, I'm looking around, making sure no one's. I mean, obviously people are close, but nobody's like close and looking shady. I'm hearing noises. It's just. I don't know if I don't know if it's the
really. I didn't get that. I didn't feel like that at all.
I know. I'm not saying everybody did. I'm just saying me. My paranoia mixed with the fact that if I'm out, I'm naturally gonna be on guard a bit. Yeah, it was
That's
not
insane.
It was not enjoyable at all. I don't know if it's the number of people or just the number of people in close proximity. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So if I've ever said that I'm cool living in a city, and obviously the exception to the rule would be like Philly or Chicago, a place that I really love. But
wait. Philly, you named like the two most.
Hold on.
We got a lot of stuff.
The most violent and unfriendly cities you could have possibly named.
Trying to wrap up the podcast here. What's cool?
Nah, you said
the wild thing to me is that your home city,
yes,
was much more. You should have been much more on guard there than.
Man, that's home.
The innocuous streets of downtown white Boston, like.
Nah, I didn't trust a soul.
Now the thing this reminds me of, and I don't know if you're gonna find some way to back out of it, but I remember there was an event where some people got knifed. I shouldn't call it an event. It was almost like a mass shooting, except people got knifed. It was somebody in the crowd knifing people.
Yeah.
And you were saying you wouldn't be afraid in that situation. Does this contradict that?
I still don't know why I would be afraid of it. I wasn't afraid of somebody coming up and stabbing us. I would just the not the fear. It's the idea of the unknown. You don't know what could happen.
But I mean, like, it was like,
and you don't
we
know.
were walking through like the past college kids. Like, it was the.
So what is?
You want me to explain?
The fear of the unknown.
You want me to explain paranoia to you? Is that what you want?
So it's just irrational.
I would tend to say that, yeah. It's just the fact that we might have to get into a situation.
Okay. Are you agoraphobic?
I'm not gonna. If it was,
yeah, I don't.
Now, what I'm gathering from this is that if you do end up living in the city, you're gonna have to shift that curfew up to 9 p.m.
I don't know. I don't remember saying I had a curfew, but
not for you.
Oh, for women? Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, maybe it's different in the cities. I don't know. I couldn't do it. Yeah, that was.
I still think that
was not
kind of absurd, but
that was not enjoyable.
What a strange turn of events.
Not in the least.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's kind of shocked me. It's kind of shocked me too. Yeah,
everybody else was like relaxed as hell.
I was chilling.
Once I was not driving anymore, it was fine.
By the way, that just lets me know. That's the other part. I kind of sense y'all were just chilling and willing. I feel like that's why I'm also on edge, because if something to go down, now my homeboy is there aloof. Yeah, yeah. Y'all, so yeah, I like that. I like that because it's partially y'all fault too. I like this. Yeah.
That's fine. You can be the paranoid one.
I'll be chilling. Shoot.
I mean,
listen.
It was
so y'all parents never told you when you're out.
First of all,
make sure you looking around. Make sure you make sure everything's.
When you out with your boys, and you're in the
my
middle
parents
of
didn't
white
tell me to be paranoid.
Exactly.
In white.
By the way, I'm on record that I inherit some of my paranoia from my mother. That's fair. That's
we
fine.
were around the college kids. Like there was.
Listen,
it was 5 of us.
But
it was 5 of us.
Exactly.
Like,
and
what? Y'all
were and if something popped off, I wouldn't trust y'all in a man. Yeah, I didn't feel. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Y'all, I don't feel safe around y'all. Not at all. Nah.
That's fine.
It's fine.
You can feel unsafe while you are. That's
feel
cool.
safe with Ace, like at the very least.
I thought I did too.
I feel pretty safe.
Ace was looking down the ground. I was like, "What's going on here? I'm really out here alone."
It's bad funny. I can't tell you what's gonna happen if something pop off, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Nah.
I already know. Yeah. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I obviously don't want putting bad energy out there, but listen. When I'm in that mode, I'm always thinking like, if I was the unfortunate situation, would I be able to catch someone like him? And y'all.
No, the thing. Nah. Okay, if you say so. But the thing was, like, once I purchased something, I was hyper aware that I had that may or may not look valuable in my hand, and so I didn't. I wasn't holding it like. Holding it out so somebody could come run up on me and snatch it. But other than that, like, I wasn't really.
By the way, again, I'm trying to close this out, so I won't go into too much detail, and I'm kind of outing it by interrupting you. I felt like if the shit hit the fan, I felt like at least 2 of y'all wouldn't even be able to run fast enough.
Wait, what?
Damn. Who? I would need to know who now.
You kind of.
I know you're not saying me. I know you're not saying me because I'm 9%. I'm faster than all y'all.
It's not hard to guess the 2. Anyway,
I don't know.
I'm saying it better not be me.
I don't know about all that, but
it's not Ghost.
I'm definitely faster.
I'll also say
be me, but
I'll also say, I don't know. I mean,
it's all good. The moral of the story is I'm not living in the city, except the 2 exceptions.
That's crazy.
Well,
honestly, just the traffic alone, I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say also good because.
Imagine driving out to hell, no. Absolutely.
I think
talk about living in New York.
I think people the drivings don't bother me. Not at all.
Driving was awful. I drive 2.5 hours, no problem.
I would
But
ditch
driving
the
an
car.
hour to Boston, hell no.
I disagree. I don't have.
I would ditch
You always
the
got to
car.
be thinking about where you're gonna leave the thing.
I don't.
That's
Damn,
paranoia.
parking.
Leaving your car, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not knowing if something gonna happen to your car. That's the stupid part.
Yeah. No, that's not an issue. But all the same, it still was good to link with y'all. I don't want to make it seem like I didn't enjoy myself. Just the walking around part. But as far as things I'm looking forward to, I don't know if y'all said y'all piece. I don't know how I stumbled upon it. I go down some weird rap holes myself, but I'm looking forward to. I finally know the exact species of it. It's called Savannah cat, and that is the literally one of two pets that I'm gonna get.
Savannah cat pig.
Are you getting this like soon? Like this week?
Oh no. I mean, I have found out. I mean, to be honest, I think literally you just have to quote unquote pay a pet fee, and there's no pet restrictions on my apartment. But no, they need space.
That's why it sounds like the type of Ocelot Lynx energy.
I don't know how you looking forward to this.
But this is
it's not.
This is not a pig.
It's Savannah cat. What?
So it's a cat.
But you said I thought you said the only pet you wanted was a pig. Maybe I'm bugging.
So one of two.
He said the one of two.
Okay, my bad.
It's not. It's not. What are you gonna do this week? If that was the case.
I mean, that's like me saying I'm looking forward to getting a house.
Well, okay. This is like me saying I'm looking forward to getting a house and this in this specific town, and it's gonna have 5 bedrooms, and it's gonna look like
exactly. You gotta have a concrete.
Exactly. I know before I was just saying I want the smallest big cat. Now I know Savannah cat. I know how you get them. I know some of the rules and regulations on it. I did some research.
It's legal. I mean, I gotta look it up, but it sounds illegal.
Again, that's like saying I'm looking forward to getting married to this specific person at this specific time, but it's fine. I know it's the trend if y'all tried to.
Man, they do look kind of dope, to be honest.
And it can jump hella high, and the
largest domestic. I'm not a pet person, but
they can be trained.
Y'all drinking the Kool-Aid.
Jump height about 8.
Man.
I support it, by the way, because I want a cat too. So.
Lord,
look how dope it looks. What?
You know, y'all can have the pet.
I'll put a picture of what they look like on the video.
I'll come over and play fetch or whatever you play with a cat.
You leave a cat alone.
Yeah, you're not. Exactly. You're not just gonna mess with the Savannah cats. They ain't with the play. Excuse me.
The point.
I mean, I'm not a cat or an animal person either. I'm not getting one, but it's dope to just look at.
I'm gonna have a pet. I don't want it to be boring. That's the point. And not that
boring.
Not that dogs are boring, but I need it to be something.
When you tell someone about your pet, are you gonna say, "Oh, I got a cat"? No, you're gonna think I got a Savannah cat, and they're gonna be like, "What's that?" And you're like, "Oh, I'll explain." Like, damn, that's dope.
It's such a simple concept, by the way, but yeah. Now,
it look like a lynx.
Now I don't know how these
lynx also got energy.
I don't know how these type of cats interact with pigs. I feel like they could easily eat them.
I hope
we'll cross
or vice versa.
Eat that thing.
We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Oh man, they're so cute when they're small too. It's gonna be lit.
They all are.
Okay. Okay. If someone says a baby looks cute when they're small, you're gonna say that?
We're not gonna do the baby getting pet thing again, or not again. We're not doing
it.
Oh yeah, just to add something else unrelated to the looking forward to, or I guess a throwback. I mentioned that Invincible show last weekend.
It got bad.
Opposite.
Yeah.
Last episode of the first season, 100% stuck to landing.
Dope.
I'm gonna add it to the list of you gotta watch it.
It's so weird that you
along with the other shows that we still haven't finished.
It's so weird that you want to watch shows. Maybe you're just saying you're just recommending it, but you want to watch shows with us that you already watched.
I mean, if it's dope, I don't mind watching it again.
That's just me thing. Maybe we should, although you might as well make another podcast, but maybe we should have like a review section where we review some of the content in that. But that's also like recommendations. But anyway, yeah, that show.
Do we collectively consume enough content for that?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Probably not.
You do. You could.
Nah, I don't even be consuming content like that, to be honest. Like that show and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Outside of the ones we watched. That? Yeah, I mean it's
that first episode. That we watched. If you trying to kill some time, we got stuff to do already. There's a whole production.
That's work. That's not killing time, but I mean those two are the only shows I watched outside of what we watched. And
you didn't watch WandaVision, right?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. I'm just talking. Yeah, this is all stuff we can talk about. Hey, maybe you can lead the TV review podcast. I didn't necessarily think about that until this very second, but I don't know. Anyway, since y'all can't,
we could do. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I said we could do recommendations as well.
We do recommendations.
I feel like this
we're talking about reviews.
Segment is a recommendation.
I'm sorry. Yeah. But I meant like in the wrap up, we could say anything you're looking forward to or anything you want to recommend to people.
Yeah, I guess we can add that.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And if in the near future, in the distant future, there's a TV review and TV show podcast, which actually is a good idea because that's all these shows be trending. Everybody loves Snowfall. Everybody loves Invincible. Yeah, you might be co-producing another podcast soon, Ghost. But anyway, I was gonna say. I know it's unavoidable, but I feel like y'all definitely interrupt me whenever I'm trying to move on to something else. That's interesting.
Yeah, I definitely did that time.
It's fine. Nothing you can do about it. But I am gonna ask one more time. Any other thing you want to get out? Any other? Looking forward to.
Yeah. Listen to May I Elaborate. That's the JB Smooth podcast. A little vulgar, but hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, check that out. It's hilarious.
Nice.
Is it a podcast that you listen to if you listen to podcasts, or can you just
listen? It's like
self-help tag. I hope that's ironic because
it is.
Okay.
By the way, we're self-help.
Daily wisdom from JB Smooth, and each episode is like less than 15 minutes. Just check it out. You might like the humor.
I don't like podcasts, but I'll try it out.
Just check it out. I mean, listen to it.
I think I might have to edit. I think I might have to edit that part out. By the way, because you can't say you don't like.
I'm on record.
You can't say that.
I would not listen to.
All right. Be warned to be filled. Thank you. Jesus Christ.